Hi, buddy. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Rooster. Everybody's here and doing good. The National Weather Service did put up a frost warning for tonight. I suspected they would. 37 and clear skies. It's just close enough to frost formation that I figured they would. I had already warned Dawn. I was pretty sure Saturday night was a definite frost concern and maybe Friday night, and it looks like we'll be covering stuff for 2 nights. And then hopefully we're done. And it's not a super hard freeze, like it's not actually going to be freezing, or so I think with, you know, us coming out and spending 30 minutes to cover, everything should be okay. I'm not super stressed about it. If it was going to be a hard freeze, hard frost, that would be different. So anyway, so far so good on a couple of these Japanese maple pieces in this bucket that I cut and stuck in. We'll see. The deer haven't been back over here, so that's good. I did order a Chinese fringe tree, and excuse me, yeah, that's right, Chinese fringe tree. It's that purpley thing we were seeing this spring that we thought was so pretty, and maybe another Japanese maple. Cough, cough. And hey, bud. Not sure when they're gonna get here. It's coming from a place in North Carolina that's in the southwestern corner of the state. It's a 4-hour drive from here. I want to go visit Mr. Maple so bad, but you know, that makes for a super long day to just go over there to see that. So anyway, Don says he thinks he can walk this morning. They did their 2 days of simulation and got feedback and all that stuff, and I hope so. So let me get my stuff finished up. The coral bark is looking really pretty in the sunlight here, illuminated. That's what this one is known for, is the red color of the upper branches in particular, particularly if it gets enough sun. So this one is borderline. I was out here this morning and took off the big torso so that I could send another arm, the second arm. I'm showing you guys time lapses for any new parts that I haven't printed before, but not duplicates. But yeah, there's the 2 torsos and 2 of the leg and an arm, and this is a one-time print. So there's what I'm printing now, those 3 pieces. And then over here are the legs, feet. I am trying to keep it straight. So I've got pins and the big skull head. I hope there's ample filament to do the skull, but I ordered some more white last night, so I'll have to think about if I'm going to print the skull or wait until the other spool gets here. You know my luck. Yeah, I was in here because I'm out of these cans in the house. We usually carry in 6 or 8 at a time. Hey there, buddy. Good morning. Hi. Here, let's get this one bowl before it falls off the front of the porch and I have to walk down there and get it. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, well, it would really be a shame if the frost messed that up, but I don't think there's a whole lot we can do for that except for hope for the best. But it is opening its blooms up. I'll try to walk down closer to it today and take a picture and enjoy the blooms. The Mahonia, which is this thing right there that my dad gave me, is blooming nicely. The birds are having fun this morning. That was a tufted titmouse that tried to come up here and visit with me and Panther. Yeah, I have to say the flag's looking good this morning, all unfurled, but those spinny ringy things that we got thinking that they would be the best things since sliced bread, they don't work at all. Can't recommend them. I don't know why. Maybe because it's, I don't know. Sweet thing. Good morning. Hi. That's my good girl. Yay! Going walking together. We were sitting in the car for a few minutes before we got out, and the bluebirds were all over the box, in and out. So I definitely think there's some good stuff going on in that particular box. So I'm enjoying the wisteria is all in these trees over here, and I just think it's really pretty, even if it's not optimal. So the viburnum here is a real treat as well. Super pretty. They're mowing again, and they're using the fancy mower this morning. Well, everything is coming along very nicely. Probably less than 30 minutes left on that. I'll come back out in a bit. We're home, obviously, from our walk. Our AMS is staying below 32% humidity, which should be pretty good. Print success. I like it when I get that message. So I've got the face or the pins. The pins or the face. The pins are like an hour. So I'm probably going to do them. I'm just, God, do I have enough in there? Probably. Where the pins are going to go to put the various pieces of the Lego 3D printed skeleton minifigure. I'm getting ready to print the pins. There was a download, a zip folder that had the files, and I've done the arm twice, the body, neck, pelvis once, the body, torso half twice, the leg twice. And now it's time to do the connector pins and then pick one of these heads, which I'm going to do the one that's the full head with the black on it. They also have the black you can glue the print and glue the pieces on, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just double clicking, and it's going to open up Bamboo so I could start from scratch. And it's going to give me a message that the 3MF is not from Bamboo Lad, and it's only going to load geometry data, and that's expected and fine. I'm resyncing with the colors in the AMS unit, the automatic material system that's on top of the printer. It looked like it already remembered what was there. Again, she only sent geometry data. The designer did not send, I guess, printer settings or stuff. So anyway, if I press the number 2, because the project's currently highlighted, that's the white is in AMS spool unit 2, and it's ready to go. I can move it around, and basically what she's done with these pins, if I zoom in just a little bit, is I guess it's 6-sided. I think they're 6-sided, and they have a flat surface, so it's not an entirely quote-unquote round pin, which is why she can build them horizontally instead of vertically on the plate. So anyway, it's remembered my printer and my plate and the quality that I want to print at, and I don't think there's anything else that I needed to do here. So I tell it to slice the plate, and that's where it creates the G code to send to the printer, so the printer knows what to do with it. It's telling me this is going to take 1 hour and 4 minutes, and that includes the 8-minute 38-second prepare time, and only use 11.4 grams of filament, or 3.76 meters. So basically nothing, 4 meters almost is nothing. So these are going to be pretty small, and it's sliced okay. And I just hit print plate, and I'm verifying again that it's coming from A2. The color's not necessarily relevant up here, but it is here. I also could change the color here, like if I'm having a solid color print, well, even not a solid color, I could redirect it if I wanted to, but I don't. And I simply send, and in a few minutes it'll take me to the device tab up here, and it will show me the inside of the printer. I think I have to hit still play. And it's gonna start telling me it's heating the bed, heat bed preheating, and then that it's auto leveling. And you know, I'll forget about it for a while and come back and it'll be 10 or 15% into the build and life will be happy. It also shows the white coming into the printer. This will get like into a thick line, but since it's not that far into the print yet, and make note of the time, it's 12:12, so 1:15, 1:30 at the latest. I want to go out there, remove the pins, and then I guess start the head. The head's going to take a while to print. It's, yeah, mostly because it's going to be switching back and forth on a lot of layers between the white and the black and generating a lot of poop, and it's just going to take a while. But anyway, there you have it. There's another video in the wraps. That's Wyatt. He is so pretty. But not prettier than you, pretty girl. So the pins are done. I'm going to go out and pull them off the printer and start the head probably. You're not laying in the sun. Hi. I'm surprised you're not wanting warmth. I guess they're a little smaller than I thought they might be. I think there was 50 of them. I better be careful how I pop it over there, or I'm going to have them all over the floor. So I lifted up the spool, and there's about as close to 250 grams of white left. I need to go back and look at my screen in the house because it told me I needed 98 meters. Maybe it tells me in grams also. I think it does. It's a 19-hour print. I knew it was going to take a long time. It's because of all of the color changes to get the black face on the skeleton head. Okay. I was just looking at how it technically was over the tip there, but neat how it put down the little kitty eyeballs, but of course they're not exactly attached to it. So I don't have enough filament that I say that. I'm gonna have to wait till more comes, and I printed this instead. I'm happy with how it turned out. I think this isn't going to matter. I seriously don't know how it got to be 3:30 already. I need like another 4 hours in my day today. I want to do a Fusion 360 tutorial. I want to do number 3. It has something to do with the paper clip. Probably not happening today. I need time to make lasagna. You know, we've got the Tesla meetup tomorrow. I thought Johnny Mite was coming home for the weekend, and I wanted leftover lunch for him, but he's not. You know, it's cool enough tonight with the frost warning to have another hearty meal. Anyway, so I need time to do that, and then, I don't know, things just got carried away. I want to work on the carousel. I probably will work on it a little bit, do the flowers, or I need to build a couple benches, install some flowers, work on the ticketing booth. I do not have the parts, you know, will be several days in coming in for me to finish that up. But yeah, I checked Bamboo and they have not shipped my filament yet. I'm really hoping it'll at least ship today and then get delivered Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So that would be good. I am headed to the garden hut, which is now called Logan's Garden Hut. I decided I'd just like to be outside for a few minutes. I was feeling like it was beautiful outside and I was stuck inside a little too long. So Don said, you know, it's gonna frost tonight, and I haven't forgotten. I don't have any big purchase plans. I was mostly going to take some photographs and just check it out. Just get out of the house for a little bit. It's a beautiful sky today and everything. So I'll promise not to buy anything, but I don't have any huge buying. I don't have any huge buying plans. So, anyway, that's what's going on. Don says he thinks he can stop today by 5. He's not going to be working late. Things are looking okay. So that's excellent. That's excellent. They've been posting lots of pictures on Facebook of new stuff they've gotten in. But it looks pretty sparse still to me, and the pottery's like taking up the whole side over here, and I don't know. More plants, less pottery maybe. We'll see. I heard the fountains as soon as I walked up. Wow, really pretty. If I were ever to get one, definitely one that had an LED light. I really would like to have one of those at some point. Those being, I don't know. I read the tag and I still don't know. Well, I really underestimated the wind. Isn't that pretty though? This is something called Bee Dance Painted Red, and I've never seen this before, and it's pretty darn cool. Wow, one little pot of it is $8. I like it, but not that much. Some very interesting two-tone petunias. Look at the black. Black Mamba, it says. That is very black. Not dark purple, but very black. Looks like paint spattered all over this one. Well, the sun's kind of gone in. I'm freezing. I can't talk a lot because of the wind on the microphone. I tried though. I really wanted to have something pretty and fun in today's video. Sorry, it's not working out super great. Oh, and God, I love that drooping, weeping Japanese maple thing. What is it called? It's so pretty. Ryusen weeping Japanese maple. Wow. It's $529 of wow. Yeah, I guess that's not coming home with me today. Wow, the dark crimson, the compact leaves, the upright shape. That one is amazing. Oh, there's a witch hazel. That's back here. Definitely. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not witch hazel. Is in that buckeye. It's a buckeye. Like Don's sister gave us. I don't see the tag for that one, but that's what it is. I'm sure now. But yes, I was going to look at the tag on this so I knew what this one was called. This one is called Twombly's Red Sentinel. Well, I can see with the upright shape why they would call it a Sentinel. T-W-O-M-B-L-Y. Twombly's Red. Well, I'm mostly positive about what I'm seeing. I just wish they would move a couple of the big Japanese maples back up front. It was such a statement piece driving by, you would see them. There's another Japanese maple that has these really interesting flower seed pods. This one is called Fern Leaf Full Moon Maple. God, this one's gorgeous. Look at the two-tone leaf color, the red and the orange. So just across that little retention pond there is the old Honeycutt Park Clubworks playground where we drive through sometimes on the weekend. This property, it doesn't seem like it would butt up to that, but it does. Oh, I think here's olive osmanthus. I'd like to pick up another one of these on clearance somewhere. These are 40. Is that what it is? Oh, gardenia. I was wrong. That's okay. Some yews. Lots of Fatsia. couple southern magnolias. Well, I would say if you want it, they probably have it. The selection is big. This is an English laurel. There's the Chinese fringe. A couple different varieties of it. Wow, including a variegated variety. I kind of like the darker purple. Okay, here's the olive phosmanthus with the little white flowers, and I can smell the beautiful orange scent. Wow, those plants are 90. There was a little bit of liriope and a dianthus on the clearance table, and that was it, which was unfortunate. I like, I don't have any problems taking home plants that need a little TLC. I did not have a ton of coleus, but there is the variety that I usually put on the side of the garage. Well, they have really upped their tropical plant game. They have like an official greenhouse person just for the tropical plants now. I used to have a lot of indoor plants, not so much anymore though. With the kitties, it just doesn't make sense. Well, there's a very pretty flowering quince. Bright, super bright red. Helleborus. I am going to get the two little coleus plants that I like to put on each side of the garage door. They have exactly what I want, and those are hard to find any place but here, so wow. Yeah, I want this for my fountain, just this big cobalt blue piece, and then, you know, a blue ball that has some color swirls in it or something. That would be my idea. And of course LED lights. And yeah, I used to collect cobalt blue everything. I kind of moved away from it, but I do still really like it. Yeah, so basically that, but cobalt blue. I do like this style also, but it needs a light at every level and not just one at the top. That just won't do. This is pretty, but again, the one I saw at Lowe's a year or two ago, it had a light on all of the levels. I'm gonna need more than the one light. I do also like this one. Yeah, not one that's just perfect though. Even if I chose to spend money on it, which I don't. I did see one of the staff members that worked here in years past still here. I think most of the staff stayed when Nelsa sold to Logan's. I really wanted to like it. I wanted not to dislike change. I tried really hard. I couldn't fully enjoy myself because of the wind and being a little cold. My fault on the cold, not my fault about the wind, except for I chose to come today. I had time today. You know, I have been putting it off, giving them time to stock up and settle in. And yeah, I think the biggest there were two things that bothered me the most. Number one is I felt like the prices were even worse than they were, and they were a little high before. Of course, you can't go into Home Depot, Lowe's, or Walmart and buy anything at a reasonable price, plants either, but I don't know. It just seems like, what good does it do to see all the pretty things and you're like, yeah, that's just too pricey. And then inside, too many people watching and too quiet in there, so I didn't shoot any video or picture even. But all of the special touches that were the garden hut, they're just not there anymore. It's much wider open, as in you can see all around. Well, who cares if you can see fertilizer and chemicals? And I don't know, Nelsa had that stuff, but there were so many other things mixed in around it that you saw the pretty stuff and maybe not the utilitarian so much. I don't think we're going to have pretty Christmas trees anymore, or the ladies' night out at the holidays, or the things that made the garden hut special. And I missed the years with Bailey the dog walking the property with Nelsa. Bailey's passed now, but I miss those times, you know, when you would come up. And they had adopted a kitty that was living in the office in the back, hoping maybe at some point she would be a store kitty, but I don't know. Let's see, what can I say positive? Well, it doesn't bother me too bad what they did inside the greenhouse, although all the gazing globes and the sun catchers and the things that were in the fairy garden stuff, I didn't see not one fairy garden piece. None of that's in the greenhouse anymore because I have added the extra indoor tropical plants. It looks pretty in there. I think that's probably a nice change, although I miss if they could have just kept a corner for some of the decorative glass yard art that was sort of fragile that stayed inside. Tons and tons of selection on annuals, but yeah, I hope it doesn't get damaged tonight. You know, Dom was worried about me buying something before the frost and something happening to it. My concern was not buying what I want before the frost like last year and then ending up at home with some things that a week later weren't doing so well because they'd been outside when it was too cold. See, at least at the house I can take it in. It's kind of a reverse thing. So I'll be back. And the one lady did ask me, are you taking your pictures today? And I said, I'm trying, but it's so windy. I left the 70D at home. I didn't mean to do that because usually I'll ride the big camera over here because it's not a far walk, right? I can handle it for the time, 30, 45 minutes that I'm here. I'll come back. I'll come back again, but it's far from being my go-to place for all of my plant needs. I would say this year is probably Lowe's. Lowe's had the best selection, the best price. There's a lady, a Fuquay Verena gal that works over there, and she's very excited about her job and the stock and making it look pretty. And every time I go up there, I'm impressed with that garden center. And the prices are as good or better than anywhere else. So for this year, it's probably the Lowe's in Holly Springs. But yeah, I miss the garden hut. Well, even though they're not doing construction over here today, it's taken me, I don't know, I've been sitting here for 15 minutes. It's just been nuts. I made a mistake coming this way. I should have known better. It's Friday at rush hour. Maybe eventually I'll get through. It would be great if some people would go straight instead of turning left and then maybe get around from another direction, because waiting to turn left with the traffic coming off of 55 since they opened up the road, it's not easy to turn left, and I'm sure that's why only 2 or 3 cars are making it each time the light changes. It's really frustrating. Yeah, 1 car got through on the last light change. It's basically ridiculous. I won't be turning left. I'll be going straight and through the neighborhood because if I get to go, I'm going. I'm not waiting to turn left. There's 15 cars going straight or turning right, blocking a left turn, and the light changes before the people get through. I guess the person goes on red after it turns red, the person that gets out there. It's just, okay, I'm breathing. It's my fault. I should have gone the other way through town. I know this left turn is impossible at certain times of the day. It's nobody to blame but me. Yeah, the 3 cars in front of us turned left on red, and somebody came through the light straight late, so they had to wait for them. I mean, I guess the people over there have just no clue, but it must be backed up all the way to Academy Street now behind me. It's just horrible. Would really help if a police officer would come out and, when the light's green this way, hold the through traffic and let 3 or 4 cars make a left turn, and then, you know, it would help if there was an officer over here to assist. The house with the red Tesla had a Rivian R1T parked next to it. Go electric. Had a paper tag too. This is another one, and it is a little different. And anyway, I'm taking it off. It was a set of 3. I've got 1 more. The third kitty's done. South Park has got games on all 3 ball fields. I met a local Pokemon Go player for a lucky trade. We traded in Amorous, Ruby's account and her account, and just, God, it's packed up here. Even like overflow parking. They sort of are done with the first game on ball field 3, and now they're starting the second game. Her son is playing now. It's kind of chilly out there. Ruby says it's 58, but it's still that wind from earlier this afternoon. So anyway, just a quick hop, a trade. I didn't even get out of the car. And we may repeat this next Friday night. And I'm headed back home because I just took the lasagna out, and it should be ready to cut when I get back there. So there it is. Yum yum. I've got the ticket booth almost done on the carousel. I'll go mess with it just a little bit more after dinner. And I hear there's some interesting Tesla news happening. Maybe we can talk about it during news and X time tomorrow morning, get up to speed on it a little bit. Right now we're watching another out of spec video. Well, that took way longer than it should have, but I'm happy with it. I gotta go through my tiles to see what I might have to fit there. That would look good. But not tonight. We're gonna listen to the weather, guys, even though it's a lot of work, and cover everything. It's like 51 right now, so yeah, but we're gonna listen to them, as they said we could have frost damage. Hey, Tux. I know, kitties were having a really good time with us.
Yeah, the silly cat climbed up and knocked the plastic off my tree.
Yeah.
I had to do it again.
Stripe. He got up underneath the tarp before we could pin it.
Yeah.
And had him a good old romp down there. It's very hard where the bank goes away.
Falls away, yeah.
Yeah, to get it up there, and yeah.
He did a perfect job the first time. He knocked it off.